Welcome students. I hope you have completed all the exercises of lesson number 2 polynomials, and you should do all the questions in the exercises in the notebook and the extra sums too. Today we will start chapter 15, probability. The theory of probability owes its origin to the games of chance in the 16th century. And we know probability is a quantitative measure of certainty, or in other words, in the theory of probability, we assign a numerical value to the degree of uncertainty. In Standard 9, we have studied experimental probability. It was based on actual experiments and adequate recordings of happenings of events. In this chapter, we propose to study theoretical probability or classical probability that attempt to predict what will happen. The basic difference between these two probabilities is that the experimental probability is based on what has actually happened. Theoretical probability attempt to predict what will happen without actually performing the experiment. First, we will go through some of the basic concepts that we have studied in lower classes. That is, what is meant by an experiment? It is an activity which produces some well-defined outcomes. For example, the experiment of tossing a coin gives the two outcomes, that is head or tail. Now, what is meant by trial? Trial means performing an experiment. Then the next term is event. An event E for an experiment is a part of total outcomes of that experiment, or you can say it is the collection of favorable outcomes. For example, on tossing a die, the event of getting an odd number on the die, the collection of outcomes are 1, 3 and 5. Now the next is impossible event. An event which does not occur at all when an experiment is performed. For example, when you are tossing a die, it has only 6 faces. So event of getting 7, that is not possible. So probability of getting 7 is 0. So the probability of an impossible event is 0. The next term is sure event. The event which always occur when an experiment is carried out. If we toss a die, the total outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let the event E be the number on the die be odd or even. That means whenever you are tossing a die, any one of the faces will occur. That means the probability of getting a number on the die, odd or even, is 1. It is a sure event. So probability of a sure event is 1. Now the next term generally comes in probability chapters, equally likely outcomes. What is meant by equally likely outcomes? Two or more outcomes are said to be equally likely outcomes if each outcome has the same chance of appearing as any other. For example, when we toss a coin, the outcomes for falling head and tail are equally likely. Theoretical probability of an event E is denoted by P of E equal to number of outcomes favorable to event E upon total number of outcomes. While solving the sums related to probability, you have to write the formula at least once. The probability of an event E is a number P of E such that 0 less than or equal to P of E less than or equal to 1. That is, the probability of an event lies in between 0 and 1. It is 0 when it is an impossible event and it is 1 when it is an sure event. The probability of any event is not a negative number or a number greater than 1. What is mean by elementary event? An event having only one outcome is called an elementary event. For example, in tossing a coin, you are having two outcomes, that is head or tail. So, getting head is an elementary event. Sum of probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is 1. In same example, while tossing a coin, you are having two outcomes, that is head or tail. And probability of getting head equal to 1 upon 2. Probability of getting tail equal to 1 upon 2. Then sum of elementary events means P of head plus P of tail, that is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 1. For any event E, you are having E bar stands for not E. E and E bar are called complementary events. That is P of E plus P of E bar equal to 1. Or you can write P of E bar or P of not E equal to 1 minus P of E. For example, when a die is thrown, the total outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If the event E is, the number is odd. That means the event E is having the outcomes 1, 3 and 5. Then the event not E or E bar, that is the number is even. That is E bar is 2, 4 and 6. In exercise 15.1, question number 2, which of the following experiments have equally likely outcomes? Explain. In that question number 1, a driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. It is not an equally likely outcome because car will not start only when it is out of order. Then question number 2, a player attempts to shoot a basketball. She or he shoots or misses the shot. It is not an equally likely outcome because this game depends on many factors. Number 3, a trial is made to answer a true or false question. The answer is right or wrong. It is an equally likely outcome because both have equal chance to happen. Number 4, a baby is born. It is a boy or a girl. It is an equally likely outcome because both have equal chances to happen. Question number 5. If P of E equal to 0.05, what is the probability of not E? Probability of not E equal to 1 minus probability of E. That is 1 minus 0.05, that is equal to 0.95. Question number 7. It is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same birthday is 0.992. What is the probability that the 2 students have the same birthday? Probability that 2 students are not having the same day, you can take it as probability of E bar, that is 0.992. The probability of 2 students are having the same birthday, that is probability of E equal to 1 minus probability of E bar, that is equal to 1 minus 0.992, that is equal to 0.008. Question number 10. A piggy bank contains 100 50 paisa coins, 50 rupee 1 coins, 20 rupee 2 coins and 10 rupee 5 coins. If it is equally likely that one of the coins will fall out when the bank is turned upside down. What is the probability that the coin number 1 will be a 50 paisa coin, number 2 will not be a rupee 5 coin? First you write down what all things are given, that is number of 50 paisa coins, that is 100, number of 1 rupee coins, that is 50, number of 2 rupee coins, that is 20, number of 5 rupee coins, that is 10. Therefore total number of coins equal to 100 plus 50 plus 20 plus 10, that is equal to 180. Now the first question is probability of 50 paisa coin, that is number of favorable outcome upon total number of outcomes, that is 50 paisa coins are 100 upon total number is 180. 100 upon 180, that is equal to 5 upon 9. Second question is probability of not rupee 5 coin, that means 1 minus probability of getting rupee 5 coin, that is 1 minus number of 5 rupee coin is 10 upon total number of coins is 180. 1 minus 10 upon 180, that is equal to 170 upon 180, that is equal to 17 upon 18. Question number 12. A game of chance consists of spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing at one of the numbers starting from 1 to 8, and these are equally likely outcomes. What is the probability that it will point at number 1 8, number 2 an odd number, number 3 a number greater than 2, and number 4 a number less than 9? Since the wheel is dividing into 8 equal parts, total number of outcomes equal to 8. Now in question number 1, you have to find the probability of getting 8. In the wheel you are having only 1 8. Therefore our favorable outcome is 1. Probability of getting 8 equal to favorable outcome upon total number of outcomes, that is 1 upon 8. Question number 2, an odd number. So number of favorable outcomes. Out of this 8 numbers, the favorable outcomes are odd numbers, that is 1, 3, 5 and 7. There are 4 numbers. So total number of favorable outcome is 4. Therefore, probability of an odd number equal to favorable outcome upon total number of outcome, that is 4 upon 8 equal to 1 upon 2. Question number 3, a number greater than 2. Out of the numbers starting from 1 to 8, the numbers greater than 2 are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there are 6 outcomes. Therefore, probability of a number greater than 2 equal to favorable outcome upon total number of outcome, that is 6 upon 8 equal to 3 upon 4. Question number 4, a number less than 9. The numbers from 1 to 8, all the numbers are less than 9. So our favorable outcome equal to 8. Therefore, probability of a number less than 9 equal to number of favorable outcome upon total number of outcome, that is equal to 1. Before moving to 14th sum, we have to see how many cards are there in a pack of cards and which are they. A pack of cards consists of 52 cards, and these 52 cards are dividing into 4 suits, that is club, spade, heart, diamond. Club and spade are black colors and heart and diamond are red in color. Each suit is having 13 cards. In spade card you are having 1 king, 1 queen, 1 jack, 1 ace and 9 cards are having numbers starting from 2 to 10. So total number of spade card is 13. Same in club, diamond and heart. Now what will be the total number of face cards? In one suit you are having 3 face cards, that is king, queen and jack. So total number of face cards is 3 multiplied by 4, that is 12 face cards. Now I hope you can move into question number 14. Exercise 15.1, question number 14. One card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability of getting a king of red color, a face card, a red face card, a jack of heart, a spade, the queen of diamond. So we will move to the first one, that is a king of red color. As we have already discussed, two suits of cards are red, that is heart and diamond, and in each suit you are having one card of king. So total you are having kings of red color as 2. Therefore probability of getting a king of red color equal to, our favorable outcome is 2 and total number of outcome is 52, that is 2 upon 52 equal to 1 upon 26. Now question number 2, that is a face card. From each suit you are having 3 face cards, that is a king, a queen and a jack. So from 4 suits you are having 12 face cards. Therefore number of favorable outcome, that is face card, that is equal to 12. Therefore probability of getting a face card equal to 12 upon 52 equal to 3 upon 13. Number 3, a red face card. Two suits are of red color. So the number of face card in each suit is 3. So from 2 suits you are having 6 face cards. So number of favorable outcome, that is red face card, equal to 6. Therefore probability of a red face card equal to 6 upon 52 equal to 3 upon 26. Number 4, the jack of heart. In suit of heart you are having only one jack. So our favorable outcome, that is jack of heart, equal to 1. Therefore probability of getting the jack of hearts equal to 1 upon 52. Question number 5 is spade. Then the number of favorable outcome, that is a spade card. So the suit of spade having 13 cards. Therefore probability of getting a spade card equal to 13 upon 52 equal to 1 upon 4. Number 6, the queen of diamond. In the diamond suit you are having one queen. Therefore number of favorable outcome equal to queen of diamond, that is equal to 1. Therefore probability of getting the queen of the diamond equal to 1 upon 52. Now in exercise 15.1, the questions that we have discussed, that you have to write it in the notebook. The question number 1, that is fill in the blanks, that you can write it in the textbook, and the rest of the questions that I have marked here you have to write it in the Max notebook. Thank you.